Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I'm talking about Return of the Living Elves by Brian Asman from Mutated Media. A nice Christmas romp. And in this story, we have a young man. He's just gotten a job at a warehouse that houses Christmas paraphernalia, for lack of a better way to put it. It's his first night. He's being shown around by his boss, and he realizes that he hasn't gotten his girlfriend a Christmas gift, and so his boss is trying to help him out. Something breaks open, and something is released. It's that. And meanwhile, his girlfriend and friends are hanging out, looking to have some fun, and are waiting for him. At one point, they go to the warehouse. Does this all sound familiar? Does it sound like a movie you may have seen? Well, that's because right off the bat, in the, is it a foreword? Is it an author's note? Let me check. Oh, it's actually 'Twas the Night Before Christmas written out, but it basically says, yes, he is doing a parody of Return of the Living Dead. Straight up tells you that's what he's doing, Return of the Living Elves. And it does, especially at the beginning, not exactly beat for beat, but very much is recognizable as Return of the Living Dead. The setup for that. The characters are not punk rockers. I will not give away what their musical inclinations are. They're not punk rockers, but there is that whole musical fan element to it. Of course, obviously, instead of just plain old zombies, it is Living Elf, this zombie elf guy here. So, so we've got the young guy, his boss. This thing is released. Shit goes down. They take a face full of something that's making them not exactly themselves. People show up. Things escape. People are bitten. Things go wrong. It even has, if you remember Return of the Living Dead, there are those asides where we see people from the government being called. Like, we got a call. One of these containers was opened. What are we going to do? Blah, blah, blah. We've got that going on. We keep cutting to different parts of the world as different governments may or may not be contacted about what's happening. And this book is a lot of fun. And you don't have to be familiar with Return of the Living Dead to get it. I think you'll enjoy it a little bit more, but I think you'll enjoy it well enough without knowing that movie. You don't have to know it. You can go in and just read a fun Christmas zombie elf novel. It just gets that extra layer if you're familiar with Return of the Living Dead. Really, really fun. The characters, again, even though they're parodies of the characters in the movie, and I'll give you this one. In the movie, there's a character called Suicide. In the book, there's a character called Self-Harm. So that's the kind of stuff we're getting here. I recommend it. Again, this could be, I say again, because I just sort of said this thing in the last video that I just recorded a few minutes ago. This could become an annual Christmas read. It's quick. It's really fun. There's laugh out loud moments, but there's also gore and craziness, and it's wild. And it's got that great cover. So Return of the Living Elves by Brian Asman. from Mutated Media. I gave it 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. Man, he gets bonus points just for that cover. I'm not sure what else to say. It's if you're familiar with Return of the Living Dead, you're gonna have an idea of some of the basic story structure. If not, it doesn't matter. As I said, don't think there's anything else I really need to tell you. It's well written. The characters are fun. I think it feels like Brian Asman had fun writing this. So yeah, I recommend it. I think that's all I've got to say. Return of the Living Elves. Brian Asman, Mutated Media, 4 out of 5. I've covered that 3 times now. There you go. Now I do have a question for you for this video, which is, are you a fan of Return of the Living Dead? We might as well just throw that out there. I love the movie, the original Return of the Living Dead, even though I've got bad memories associated with it. I had my first true heartbreak the night that I saw the movie for the first time. But I love it. I have special edition, like super special edition Blu-ray. Tons of extra special features. I can watch it over and over again. It's so much fun. The second one, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, not as good. Still fun, I think. And Part 3, I think, is also worth a watch. It goes in a different direction. After that, I don't know that I've seen. There's there's a ton of sequels, but they just get, progressively worse. But I'd say the first 3 are definitely worth watching, with the first one being the best. Are you a fan? Have you seen the first one? Have you seen more than just the first one? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me in other social media, I'm getting a little slurry. Care to follow me on other social media? My Twitter is at Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is Eric Smith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I have for you. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.